bring it in? He did!
It is caught!
And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back inside the Nutter Center on the campus of Wright State University for the Ohio High School Athletic Association Division I state championship match between the St. Joseph's Academy and Cincinnati Seton. With Michelle Memna, my name's Chris Solwecki. So glad to have you along. And Michelle, we've seen these teams. They have come to the pinnacle of their seasons, and this is it. One game to decide the champ.
Yeah, and two schools that, wow, do they have some, whether it's offensive weapons, defensive weapons, incredible setters. We're going to see a real show of talent tonight with this Division I championship.
And one of the talented players for St. Joseph is their setter, 6'1", Belle Grooms.
Yeah, Belle Grooms, again, just, the strength of her is not only her height and being a lefty, she is incredibly deceptive and someone that can make your middle hitters stop and guess completely wrong. She is a real weapon in every facet of the game for St. Joe's.
And on Seton's side of the ledger, we look at number 13, a junior outside hitter.
Yeah, Natty Slusher, 14 kills in that semifinal match, 2 blocks, but more importantly, she hit .542, which means every other time she's going up, she is getting a kill or a really good attack to put that team out of system. So 2 great players to watch, could very well be matched up against each other, a setter on the right side and an outside hitter.
Let's take a look at the keys to today's match for each team.
When we talk about keys for St. Joe's, feed those middles, all right? We want to really, really keep them, keep people guessing. We want them to be in system. When they're in system, they're so fast. And then for Seton, they're going to have to serve tough to really slow down St. Joe's. And when they side out, they are really, really fast when they side out.
It's the Saints and the Jaguars for all the marbles in the Division I of the Ohio High School State Girls Volleyball Championship. And it's next on the NFHS Network.
Our number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
This is the start of something fun. Kind that's best had outdoors. Where family gathers and adventure awaits. The good tidings that make for even better times. And with the right stuff at the right price. The most wonderful time of year happens here. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there.
Welcome to the OHSAA.
Every day we work too.
Take the regulations on these pages
and to apply them to real-life situations.
To serve our member schools.
And our officials.
And to run the best state tournaments in the country.
It's our mission.
To serve our member schools.
And enrich interscholastic opportunities for students.
Welcome.
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 Welcome to the OHSAA.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good. This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship is all of our responsibility.
Sportsmanship is more than a pregame announcement.
Sportsmanship is more than just shaking hands at the end of a game.
It takes all of us. We need everyone in the stands to show respect. Respect the athletes.
Respect the coaches.
And please respect the officials.
It takes all of us.
We want this to be an event that we are all proud of.
Respect the game.
Respect the game.
Respect the game.
Respect the game.
Welcome to the OHSAA.
Every day we work to
take the regulations on these pages
and to apply them to real-life situations.
To serve our member schools.
And our officials.
And to run the best state tournaments in the country.
It's our mission.
To serve our member schools.
And enrich interscholastic opportunities for students.
Welcome.
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 Welcome to the OHSAA.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Welcome back inside Wright State University's Nutter Center. With Michelle, I'm Chris, and we are set for the Division I state championship match featuring Seton and St. Joseph. We've talked about the keys. We've talked about some players to watch. A final thought from you before this opening serve.
Yeah, I think, watching number 14, Belle Grooms, for St. Joseph's Academy is going to be key. You're going to see just a beautiful setter, beautiful decision maker. Seton's pins are really, really hard hitting. They're really fantastic. And I also think the serving game is going to be important for both of these teams.
The officials for today's match, the line judges, Amy Beals and Anthony Hines. Referee number 2 down on the floor is Mark Horton. And referee number 1 up on the ladder is Tim Hallauer. Seton serves first to the serving line. For the Saints, number 18, Reagan Miller. Here we go. Miller skips forward, good serve to the back. Sullivan with reception, outside set. And a point for St. Joseph, and Kolkar comes through with the first score of the match.
Yeah, the ease with which Grooms sends that ball 28 feet just astounds me. And again, it gives them trouble as blockers.
Speaking of Grooms, she's at the serving line now. Set to the outside, big swing. Dug out by Marrero. There's Kolkar again, going with the free ball across. Grooms with the back set, left-handed swing, handled. Bumper to the near side. Flat-footed jump, nice swing. Outside, Kolkar. It's short, she finds the spot on the floor. St. Joe leads it 2-0.
Yeah, great job from St. Joe's. 2 big swings to start this set. And then the important thing is Kolkar went up like she was going to swing again, which really froze the defense.
That one clears the net by inches. Off the touch, kept alive. Bumper by Sullivan to the outside. Kolkar again. Received well. Free one across, perfectly placed. Nicely done by Daisy Cluxton. And Seton gets the ball back.
Yeah, what made that successful is what an incredible save by Seton's setter to keep that ball on their side of the net. That doesn't happen without her one-handed set.
Grace Jones to the serving line for the Saints. She serves middle back. Grooms tries to keep it alive, and they're going to call her for a lift. Actually an attack, because she's a front back row attack.
Player. Yep, she is a back row player, so anything she sends over cannot be above the height of the tape.
2-2 is our score. And there's an ace. Pass, or the serve, was to Kolkar. She couldn't handle it. And Grace Jones gives her team the lead.
Serving is going to be very, very important to keep this St. Joe's team out of transition.
Jones serves middle back. Grooms to the outside. Kolkar again down the line this time. Set to the outside, close to the net, swung on. Gonna have a close one at the net. We've got a touch. And so a big swing. I believe that was number 4, Callie Combs, who got the point. Driving it off the blocker in the middle there, number 18, Katie Viets for the point.
And that's really the way to attack an an overpass. Go up and make the defender play you as the ball's coming over their back.
Grooms with a quick one in the middle. Set backward, into the net. Attack error for Seton, and the ball comes back to the Jaguars. They find themselves on the short end of a 4-3 score. And checking in for the first time for the Jaguars, number 11, Chloe Smith. Smith, a 5'10" senior. She is the team. Well, she accomplished 1,000 kills this year. She beat her 1,000, got her 1,000th kill during the year. Sullivan with the dig, set to the backside. Off the tape, kept alive. Set to the near side. Big swing. Dug out by Kolkar. Outside, Smith. They got a touch. The point to Chloe Smith and the Jags. They lead. Actually, we're tied at 4.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that St. Joe's is predictable because Grooms will distribute the ball, but when Chloe Smith is hot, Chloe Smith is going to pound the ball into the floor.
And Kolkar to the serving line. It's high. They keep it alive for the moment, and they will free it across, will the Seton Saints. So here come the Jags in rhythm. Chloe Smith, that time too long, no touch.
Yeah, they wanted a touch. But again, fine refereeing crews that we've had here this weekend. Did not see a touch from Seton.
Sakura Codling goes to the serving line. She's the libero on this team. She's also a commit to University of California, Los Angeles. Bump set, back set, dug up. Sullivan with the back set, and she sets it over the stanchion and outside the antenna, so that's going to be an error against the Jags. The point goes to Seton, and the Saints lead at 6-4.
Yeah, Molly Sullivan there trying to keep her team almost too much in system. Want to keep that out of system ball off the tape.
Codling serves Smith. It's an overpass. Codling comes flying in to keep it alive. They go middle. Big point. That's number 3, Charlie Metal. Metal hit 500 in the semifinals. Gets a big point there.
Yeah, and that overpass by Smith really served as a free ball. Seton came right back very quickly in transition.
Codling again, dug out by Sullivan. Grooms cross court to Smith, off the touch. Here comes Seton on the attack. Middle one, into the block. Right back at it. Near side, gonna be tight. Got this ball across, and here we go. Grooms to the outside, to the back, I should say, excuse me. Overpass. Grooms, back row. Kolkar with the swing. Nice long rally here, off the touch. Trying to keep it alive, unable to do so. Kolkar got the dig, but didn't get it above the tape, and Sullivan couldn't make the second ball.
Yeah, and what you're seeing now, both of these teams have the ability to be really fast in transition. And they're going to make each other pay because that's going to be a single block most times on either team, pins or middles.
Codling serves, Sullivan brings it up. Left-handed swing. Out to the outside now. Off the touch and down. That's another point for the Seton Saints. Number 13 on the kill. That's Natty Slusher.
I actually think, you take a look at this replay, said this in an earlier match, I think sometimes the block touch actually kind of makes it harder for, like in that case, Sullivan, the libero, to pick that attack up.
So we've got our first time out, both teams resetting. If you're in one of these huddles, what are you telling your team? Let's talk about the Jags since they're down. What's the adjustment they need to make here?
Well, right now, again, passing-wise, they need to make sure that while Smith can pass, they want to pinch her over as much as they can and let her release out to be a big swing. So they want to make that tiny adjustment in serve-receive. Seton right now, they're rolling service pressure, so they keep getting off-speed back. They're so fast. I knew that St. Joe's was fast in transition, but both of these teams really, really fast.
Seton is on a 5-0 scoring run thanks to the serving of Sakura Codling. She had 17 digs in the semifinal matchup. Going to UCLA when her career at Seton is finished.
A couple girls on these teams headed for the West Coast.
Yeah, Belle Grooms, San Diego,
San
correct?
Diego,
yeah.
Yep.
Sullivan receives the serve, Grooms to the outside. Smith into the block, it comes right back, and Sullivan sends it over. Middle, off the touch. Can they keep it alive? They do. Sullivan sends it across. Outside set, big swing off the touch. Kolkar can't come up with it. Point Seton once again. Reagan Miller, I believe.
Yeah, both of these teams really getting those outsides involved. See that ball 3 feet in below the height of the antenna? That is hard to get a block on.
That was Carly Combs on an assist from Miller. Off the touch, and that's out of bounds. So the point comes back to the Jags. They've got work to do, trailing 10-5.
So the key there is the speed with which Grooms got Smith the ball, but then she's really hitting down into the palms of the blockers who weren't quite all the way over the tape.
Sullivan serves back left. Good swing and a pinball between Kolkar and Sullivan. It goes out of play. So the point comes back to Seton off the big swing by Callie Combs.
Right now you see Grooms brought her team together and said, listen, we're able to defend this. They've got to make some better decisions in order to close up some blocks.
Sydney Crowley at the serving line for the Saints. Quick one in the middle. Off the block. Nice swing by Grace Kane, the 6-foot senior middle hitter.
Yeah, what I really like about that set is how flat it is. There really isn't any arc in that. Grooms gets up in the air and then she takes the ball high. It's a bullet. It's straight across parallel to the net tape.
Jazzy Ocasio is the server. Another attack by Callie Combs. This one equal to the task, but then a kill on the other side by Grooms and the Jags.
Yeah, and while Grooms might have been tempted to do that earlier, You know, it's something that she can sense when the block is split. Just a beautiful weapon for her team.
Quick one in the middle. That's Charlie Metal, but she is met with resistance by number 17, Grace Kane, on the block.
Yeah, Seton's going to have a tough job if they want to run straight ahead right now with Grooms and Keene. That's a big block.
Bump set back to the near side. Dug out by Sullivan. Second ball over by Grooms, but it was handled. This time outside. Smith and down. Chloe Smith with a big right arm gets the point for the Jags, who trail now by 2, 11-9.
When Grooms is able to get Chloe Smith 4 feet off the net, which means she has any choice she wants, it's a beautiful thing, but not if you're on the other side of the court.
There's a touch, dug out by Kolkar in the back. Grooms, quick one to Smith. Smith off the touch, can they keep it free? They do, free ball across. Grooms, second ball, right through Coddling for the point. Well, what's he gonna call?
So he
calls a lift.
He did call a lift, so I'd have to see the replay. It is common when you go to that back corner. So the key is if you take it from back to front, that is the definition of a lift. I can see why they called it that way.
Overpass, blocked at the net. Grooms able to make defense a part of her repertoire. She picks up the point, and St. Joe trails by 2, 12-10. Milani Marrero enters the match for the Jaguars and goes to the serving line. Marrero, a 5'4" sophomore defensive specialist. And she serves it off the top of the net. It does not go over. Point for Seton. They're up by 3.
Low flat serve, trying to get kind of that let serve feel to it from the world of tennis. Got to hit it just right.
Emma Eisenogel to the serving line. Senior outside hitter, just entered the match. Eisenogel wears number 1. Serves middle back. Grooms, back set. Slide, too strong, and she knew it immediately. Grace Keene put her hand over her mouth as soon as she swung.
Yeah, and I like that run. I think she's going to have 1 block just given how deceptive Grooms is. That ball's got to stay in play if you're Viets.
Overpass, and then a double hit as number 15, Maddie Albright, got excited. Her eyes lit up, and she kind of mistimed her jump just a little bit.
Yeah, and then obviously that's not a blocking motion, so she was called for the double.
Now serving for St. Joe's, Jaylise Martinez. Outside set, gently tossed across, nicely done by Daisy Cluxton for the point.
Yeah, that was really smart, just something that Cluxton saw as she went up. She realizes how far back in perimeter, base to read St. Joe's was. Easy score there. If you're an outside who can really look around on your way up, something you can do to help your team.
There's Reagan Miller. She had 16 assists in the semis. And here she serves it too long, so a serving error for Seton. St. Joe gets the point. They trail by 3, and Belle Grooms will go back to the serving line for her second opportunity in this first set.
Grooms has a wicked serve as well. There's really not a weak facet to her game.
Good set, into the block. Coddling keeps it alive. Pass to the outside. Hit strong. Number 13, Natty Slusher down the line for the Seton point.
Yeah, and again, both setters doing a great job of being able to set the ball 28 feet. And this one, the block gives just too much line, and Grooms was faced with having to deal with that swing without the help of a block.
Grace Jones on the serve. Grooms with the set to the outside. Kolkar, too long, no touch. Actually, too wide, I guess, is the appropriate call, as it was to the left of the official.
But it's long if you're thinking of this in geometric terms. I know how much you like geometry.
Yeah. I like all things math, like you wouldn't believe. Bump from the backside. Groom's second ball across. She is so dangerous right there, and she comes up with a point for the Jaguars.
And really, I was watching her warm up not only last night, but in the pregame today, and her hands are, she's 6'1", and her hands envelop the entire ball, and that's why she has such good control over what she wants to do with the ball.
And Kolkar, the server. She hits Codling to the outside. Off the touch, kept alive by Sullivan. Quick one in the middle. Off the tape. Good diving stop by Seton. Coming down the line, clears it by Sullivan. Set to the middle. Thrown across, dug out by Grooms. Outside, Smith swings and mishits the ball into the net. Point Seton.
Yeah, I think Sullivan actually could have done a better job with that out-of-system ball. Smith had to come about 6 feet into the court, way inside her normal stride and her normal approach.
Sakura Codling to the serving line. She serves middle back. Sullivan, who mishandles it. That's an ace for Codling and a point for Seton. They lead by 6.
Again, serving pressure, right? Serving pressure.
Timeout taken on the floor. 19-13, Seton on top. We'll take the timeout with them. We'll come back with more. Set number 1 of this Division I state championship match. Right after this, you're watching Championship Volleyball on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
Back to the serving line for Seton is number 10, Sakura Codling, the libero for the Saints. She skips forward, serves it deep, dug up by Sullivan. Grooms, back set. Left-handed swing into the block and out of bounds. McKenna Quigley.
McKenna Quigley, another lefty. So both attacks that St. Joe's has on the right side, Grooms and Quigley, are lefties. And again, it's just a nightmare to block for the opposing team.
Sullivan with the serve. And they've got a touch off the swing, so the point goes to Seton.
Yeah, up a little bit late on that block was St. Joe's. First tempo attack. A gap in the middle of that block as well.
Charlie Meadow on the kill. To the serving line, Sydney Crowley. Crowley serves it deep and just long. Seton leads it by 5, 20-15.
And Sullivan, a great job there of following the ball back to the line, not turning and guessing and hoping and wishing and presuming and then being wrong.
Jazzy Ocasio replaces McKenna Quigley. She goes to the serving line. Codling gets it elevated. Cross court to Sullivan. That's going to be an overpass, but a great win at the net by Belle Grooms.
Absolutely beautiful. She's allowed to be really anywhere she wants to be in an attempt to set the ball. And then you can see she's in the plane of the net, so she's completely within her bounds. Just a beautiful score.
Back set, big swing, but right into the block. Metal with a good swing, but Smith was there, as was number 17, Grace Kane.
Smith there just with a beautiful block in terms of her execution. Up in time, pressed over the net, waiting. When you're there waiting for the attacker, you're doing the right thing as a blocker.
And Jazzy Ocasio serves an ace. And a timeout taken by Seton, so their 5-point lead has diminished. They lead by only 2 now, 20-18. Late in set number 1. We'll take a step aside. When we come back, we'll have the conclusion of this one. You're watching Championship Volleyball on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Out of the timeout, right back to the serving line. Ocasio. Bump to the outside. Into the block. And back on Seton's side. Callie Combs was the attacker. But the Jags have momentum on their side as they've cut the deficit to just one, and Ocasio continues to serve.
So this block right now for St. Joe's, 5'10", 6 foot, 6'1".
It's over the net. Sullivan, Grooms to the outside. Smith, big swing, dug out, bumper to the near side. Kolkar comes up with it. Grooms! That ties the match. That's also a 6-0 scoring run for St. Joseph to get them to this point.
Yeah, and as any good setter, she wants to distribute the ball. She goes up looking like she's going to set. That's what makes that so effective.
Quick one at the net, blocked by Smith. Bumper to the near side. And that's perfect. Great swing by Callie Combs to break momentum and get the ball back.
Yeah, Combs had to deal with 4 hands in front of her face. She did a great job. We'll take a look and see a little bit, yep, little bit of a split, but she actually found a way over the top of that block.
And that's an ace. Sullivan moved out of the way thinking it was going to be just long, and instead it was right on the tape. 22-20, Seton with the lead. Combs had 3 aces in the semifinals. Sullivan with reception, Grooms to the outside, Smith into the block and down on Seton's side. The point goes to the Jags.
And that's the block of Seton that needs to be, they need to seal the tape of the net. And if you see they're up, but they have space between their wrists and the tape. Smith's able to take advantage of that.
Milani Marrero with the serve. She serves it too long. 23-21, Seton has the lead. And number 1, Emma Eisenogel to the serving line for the Saints. Late in set number 1. Competitive throughout. Middle back, dug out. Back set. Coming on the slide is Kane. And she gets the point. So Grace Kane puts it away.
And Keene, that's the second slide she's run. The first one was way out. That one was a little bit off speed, but it doesn't matter. If you find a seam like she does there in between, we call zones 1 and 6, makes 2 defenders have to make a decision.
Jaylee's Martinez to the serving line. She serves the middle. Bumper from off the net. Out. The swing by Daisy Cluxton, but she couldn't keep it between the lines. And we're tied at 23. Martina, here it is.
Yeah, well over the block, trying to avoid, and then hits it out.
Outside, straight down. Cluxton again with a big swing. And the official's going to say no. He was pointing at something. I thought he was overturning the call, but I think he was pointing at where the ball went out of bounds. 24-23, Seton has the lead.
Way inside the block there, just a great turn, thumb down by Cluxton.
And so here's Reagan Miller. Set point for the Seton Saints. Miller serves Sullivan. She elevates it. Kolkar, good swing, but they keep it alive, do the Saints. Sullivan again. Groom outside. Kolkar tosses it across, but it's handled. Bumper. Cross court and out of bounds. The swing off the arm of Natty Slusher is out of play. We're tied at 24. Of course we are.
I mean, I do believe, you know, this match has it right. Two of the best teams in the state going at it, point for point.
Big swing by Natty Slusher off the serve by Belle Groom. And Seton is +1. You obviously have to win by 2 in volleyball, so this one's not over yet. Watch this swing.
Again, just really finding a way inside that block. And St. Joe's is going to have to do something about their block to cut off that cut shot.
Grace Jones with the serve. Kept alive by Seton on the outside. Gentle toss across. Good dig by Grooms. A bumper by Sullivan. Kolkar from off the net. Dug up. Off the net, good swing. What a one-arm play. And then sent across by Groom. And they're going to call a lift on Belle Groom, or actually a back row attack. And that will end set number 1, 26-24. Seton wins it. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. It's going to be a big volleyball match. Set number 2 on the other side of this timeout. You're watching Championship Volleyball on the NFHS Network.
You know, I'm a person too.
At the Ohio High School Athletic Association, our student athletes are going pro at being
Coachable.
A good student.
Responsible.
Dependable.
Respectful. I'm going pro at being
A good student. A good student.
a good teammate.
Responsible.
I'm going pro at being
Coachable.
A good student.
Dependable. A good teammate.
representing my school.
I'm going pro at being
A good student.
a good student.
Responsible.
Let's go pro at respecting the game.
Respect 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 the game.
You know, I'm a person too.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Seton 1, St. Joe nothing as far as sets are concerned, but what a battle the first set was. 26-24, Seton on top. When you look at the numbers, what stands out?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me right now, even though St. Joe's lost that set, they had 4 blocks.
Yeah.
2-0 for Seton, but 3 aces for Seton, which is what you have to do against St. Joe's. Belle Grooms, kind of an uncharacteristic 2 setting errors. She got tight when she was in the back row, ended up sending it over illegally. They'll need to clean some things up, I think, on their right side block, will St. Joe, as Seton was really hitting that cut shot with their outside.
So set number 2 underway. Belle Grooms to serve for the Jaguars, and she does out. So a serving error for one of the leaders of this Jags team, and the ball comes to Seton, leading 1-0. Grace Jones enters the match and goes straight to the serving line for the Saints. Jones serves Sullivan. Grooms, quick one in the middle. Dinked across, good coverage. Bumper. Out of bounds, off the arm of Callie Combs. So we're tied at 1.
Trying to take that cut shot again. Callie Combs, that one's wide. Kind of an inside set. Didn't really have much of a choice, needed to go cut shot.
And Kulkar to serve for St. Joe. There's a set to the outside. This time Kulkar digs the Combs swing. Lefty off the tape. Good adjustment. Combs again. Dug out by Sullivan this time. Back row. Kulkar. Overpass. Smith comes up with it, but good coverage again by Seton. That one's off the touch, and that'll be a point. Nice swing by Natty Schlussner.
And really, the defense just being able to keep a ball off the ground. The coverage here, and then again, the split in the block, the speed of Seton, making things tough on St. Joe's Academy right now.
2-1, Seton has the lead. Coddling serving. Bumper by Groom to Smith. That's received, set close to the net, and that's a great swing. Number 3, Charlie Metal, the middle blocker, hit 500 the other day. Nice swing there.
It was a great swing. Grooms had it up. The middle back and Kulkar was on the ground already in that parallel lines kind of motion, and that's unfortunate because Grooms did have the ball dug.
Grooms outside to Chloe Smith. Good dig. Real close to the net. It actually goes over the net and out of bounds. So a passing error by Seton gives the point to the Jags, and they take over on serving as well. They trail 3-2 early in set number 2. And it'll be number 4, Molly Sullivan, the libero, going to the serving line for St. Joe's. She serves the middle back. Bump set across. Free ball. Kulkar digs it. Grooms back set. Lefty swing. Kept alive. Coddling. And they call a net violation.
Yeah, one of the first we've had. We had quite a few in our first match of the day. That's the first one for this particular match in set 2.
Back set. Swing and down. Goodness gracious. Schlusser again. And when she gets riled up, she hits it hard.
Yeah, that's a really hard attack to dig. It's hard to defend the right side regardless because your setter is typically somehow involved and they're thinking about getting to the net to set their team. But to hit it like that from the right side, really hard to defend.
There's an overpass and put away by Callie Combs.
Yeah, not much the Grooms could do with that. If you wondered why she didn't jump, because she's a back row player, it would have been a penalty had she jumped and touched that ball.
Combs to the back row now, serving. Quick one in the middle, and that's down. Big swing by Keene.
Yeah, that's a nice swing by Keene, one of the faster ones we've seen. She gets up off the ground. Yeah, nice thumb down swing right between the libero and the middle back for Seton.
Jazzy Ocasio to the serving line. She serves Jones. That swing goes right into the block. We're coming again. That one goes into the tape, doesn't clear the net. So 4 hits called on Seton, and the Jags get the point. We're tied at 5.
And that's where Seton had to set forward both times because they don't have a middle back attack right now. So the block is there. They're settled. They don't have to race to get there. That's an advantage for St. Joe's.
Good adjustment for Seton on the bad first ball. Tossed into the net. Nice. Wow, what a play. Because Chloe Smith just tossed it over. It was blocked back and dug for a moment, but they couldn't get it to clear.
Yeah, they are making things a little more difficult for Smith.
6-5, Seton on top, the serve. Free ball across by Kulkar. Outside. Gentle toss, perfect placement. Number 11, Daisy Cluxton.
Again, Cluxton's done that before. She's looking at number 1, Jazzy Ocasio, who is 5 or 6 feet deep in perimeter defense. and really kind of moving inside and then having to turn back. No way she's going to get there.
Smith drives one past the tape, or on the tape, I should say, and over for the point. 7-6, Seton has the lead. St. Joe's has the serve, and it'll be number 6, Milani Marrero, to the serving line. Marrero, a 5'4" sophomore. Skips forward. Good swing. And that one's down in front. Daisy Cluxton again.
We're saying Cluxton's name quite a bit. She's finding a way in the middle of that block. Right now, Grooms isn't really a part of that block, so Keene has the primary responsibility, and Keene was on her way down that time, so there wasn't any strength in her block.
There's an ace served right in front of Jazzy Ocasio. She couldn't get it elevated. And timeout taken by the Jags. They trail by 3, 9-6. Saints on top. If you're looking for the best way to connect with the OHSAA every day, you can follow us on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, where you'll find tournament updates, event announcements, videos, news from around the state, and more. On the OHSAA social media platforms, we've got you covered. She's Michelle Mimna. I'm Chris Solwecki. Set number 2 of the Division I state title game. Here at Wright State University, 9-6. Seton has the advantage in this one. They won the first one 25-23.
26-24.
26-24.
That's why I'm here.
You're here for so many reasons.
When
That's
you
just
said
one of them.
when you said she's Michelle Mimna, I was like, where's he going with this? He didn't prep me.
just introducing you, that's all. Everybody joined late to the party.
Ah, yes.
Seton is already on the floor, getting ready to serve it again. At the serving line is number 1, Emma Eisenogel.
So both teams running 5-1 systems, active setters, playing perimeter defense. Right now, Seton's winning that battle at figuring out how to exploit that perimeter defense of St. Joe's.
Back set. And they're going to call that 4 hits as Kane's swing didn't clear the tape.
Yeah, she let that come down a little bit too low before she took a swing.
So Seton leads by 4 now, 10-6. Eisenogel again. Serves Sullivan. Outside. Kolkar dug up. Bumper for the second one. Cluxton down the line through the hands of Ocasio. And Seton's lead continues to grow.
Cluxton is doing a really great job on the outside pin. Even though she's facing an enormous block, she is just going outside of Belle Grooms. And the right back defenders are not able to dig her.
Grooms takes the second shot and hammers it hard, but they dig her up. Cluxton gently across. And they're going to call a double on Kane. She's obviously not the person you want taking that second ball, but in that situation, she was the only one who could.
Yeah, right now St. Joe's needs to kind of calm down here. Find a way to get a ball down to the floor, stop this run.
There it is. Kolkar gets the point. 12-7. St. Joe breaks the run. They get the ball back. And to the serving line will go Jaylise Martinez, a 5'3" junior defensive specialist. Martinez serves him lefty. Right down the line. Quick set in the middle. Pounded down. That's number 15, Maddie Albright.
Well, and Martinez, rightfully so, stayed up in her base on the 10-foot line, having watched a couple of tips come over and score, and that allowed that right back corner. So, yeah, right back corner, zone 1, to be wide open.
Very high, gentle serve by Reagan Miller. Want to double there and not getting it. Off the touch. Jags in system. Outside, Kolkar. Good dig. Near side, tight to the net, and that's down. Point for the Jags. if you're wondering, does Seton have this kind of balance regularly? Well, last night when they played, Metal had 7 kills, Combs had 8, Kemper had 2, Cluxton had 8, Slusher had 14, Albright had 4. So the answer is yes, they've got a lot of weapons that they use. And that was in a 3-set match against Pickerington North. There's a big swing, and that's Maddie Albright getting into the action.
Yeah, Albright there really just up and swinging before that block even had a chance. And that's really because the setter was about 9 or 10 feet to set that ball from behind the hitter. A, difficult, and B, difficult to block. So it's difficult.
It's difficult. Well, the lesson we learned from that is that it's difficult. Good dig by Codling. That was also difficult. There's a big swing by Combs, but it's kept alive. Grooms with a bumper. Sullivan sends it across. Back set. Into the block, off the back of the killer. That's Natty Slusher, and the point will go to the Jags.
Yeah, Kolker on that one. 5'10", sophomore, who is able to get up and over. And now we see Smith back in. We know that the Jags are going to lean on her as they should with her abilities on the outside.
Kolkar with the serve. Oh my goodness gracious. Callie Combs.
So right now, both outsides for Seton are a bit undersized. They are absolutely owning this block by the Jags. And St. Joe's is going to have to do something, make them hit cross, because right now it's a kill every time.
Big swing. That's going to stay alive for a moment. What a great effort by Seton. Sullivan grooms quickly to the other side, blocked again, and it stays in play. So Seton gets the point. The attack was by number 18, Katie Viets.
And I know what Viets was trying to do. She wanted to kind of hit a pinky, but the fact is Slusher's whole hand got in the way, not just her pinky. Jags can't afford to get cautious right now.
Godling with a good serve, dug up nicely by Sullivan. And Chloe Smith, the recipient of the Bell Grooms, set for the point.
Yeah, Smith is someone who can score. She's not just a one-hit gal. She's got speed, she's got off speed, she's got power, she's got finesse.
Quick one middle, and that's down for Seton. Playing with a lot of confidence right now. Charlie Metal with the kill.
Yeah, right there. Seton setting their middle attack whenever they want to because they're in system. Codling is just really doing a great job getting the ball within 4 or 5 feet of the tape, which means their setter can set whomever they want.
We talked a ton about the sophomores this weekend in different matches that we've done. Metal is a sophomore for Seton. There's one off the touch and out of bounds. So the point goes to the Jags. You've got on the Jags side of things Ocasio and Kolkar and Marrero, all sophomores that playing significant moments. So sophomores making an impact on both sides of the net. 17-11, Seton with the lead. One of those sophomores, Ocasio, served that one. Set, Kolkar. Second ball across, kept alive. Second ball from Seton, and it's down. Kristen Kemper.
Yeah, the Jags really struggling to predict where offensively Seton's going to put the ball. Take a look at this last. So really just off the attempt to score on the second ball. Pretty simple conversion there for Seton.
No doubt about it. EA Graphics is pleased to be the official OHSAA State Tournament merchandise partner and has 2024 State Tournament souvenir apparel currently available from today's event. Whether it's t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, or other state tournament apparel, get your state championship merchandise today. To order, go to shopohsaa.com. (18-11), Seton leading St. Joe in set number 2. Seton won set number 1, 26-24. And to the serving line for the Saints, number 4, Callie Combs out of the timeout.
Yeah, right now, Seton really, whatever they're doing, with this is speed in the middle, the fact that they're able to get outside of the right side block of St. Joe's, just on a tear right now.
That one goes out. So the point remains with Seton. They're up 19-11. Callie Combs had 3 aces the other day. She has 1 so far today. Set to the outside. Chloe Smith off the touch. Really tight to the net. Cluxton, though, makes an adjustment and tosses it over as Ocasio was a little late getting up to cover.
Again, so right now, for me, this is a problem. The score has been there 4 or 5 times, and that has to be addressed if the Jags want to get back into this.
Ocasio with the reception. Sullivan with the set. Chloe Smith with a good strong swing, but it's covered. Back row swing, and that's too long. No touch call, so the ball comes back to the Jags. They trail by 8, 20-12. Milani Marrero comes off the bench and heads to the serving line. She's the back row equivalent to Chloe Smith.
She's got this really low, flat serve. Nice job. They're going to be out of system here. See if the Jags can convert.
Outside, Kolkar into the block and down. So Kolkar, they're going to have a net violation against Seton as well. So Kolkar got the point. Number 7, Kristen Kemper, was in the net.
Again, you go up, you see the block, yep, right out of bounds. Blockers need to turn their hips, shoulders, and hands into the middle of St. Joe's court.
Big swing right in the middle. That's Charlie Metal, number 3, doing work this afternoon.
So Metal right now is beating Grace Keene. So Keene is really late on that block. Keene wants to be up and pressing with her shoulders as Metal is taking a swing.
Sullivan with reception. Groom sends the second ball across. And no way that Eisenhogle could get to it.
No, and that's honestly, that's made possible by Groom's height, but being a lefty, that's a favorite spot of a lefty. Right-handed setters are not going to be able to score back there.
And she made the adjustment, getting a little bit further behind the ball, so she wasn't called for another carry. There's an up, middle, tossed out of bounds. Good idea by Maddie Albright, but she couldn't keep it between the lines. 21-15 the score.
Well, and I would agree. If I'm Seton, I want to attack the right side of the court from 10 to 20 feet.
Good reception, set to the outside, off the touch. Trying to keep it alive, still trying to keep it alive. Oh my goodness, what an effort. But it'll come up short for the Jags, and the ball goes back to Seton. They lead at 22-15.
Yeah, right now, defensively, a bit for the Jags. Players are on the floor before the ball has maybe made its final move, and that's tough. You got to try to stay on your feet as long as you can to run through balls.
Jumper to the middle back. Milano comes up with it outside. Kolkar dug out by Codling. Quick one in the middle. Good dig in the back. Bump set, free ball across. Back set, down the line, Sullivan with the dig. Second ball across by Grooms. Tight one at the net, overpass, hammer down. Still alive, into the block. Grooms keeps it alive. Sullivan sends it across on second. Outside. Found the seam, the point goes down. Number 13, Natty Slusher with the kill.
Really a great rally for both teams. But right now, Seton, their ball placement from their setter is 4 feet off the net, and it's just giving their hitters all kinds of options.
Grooms tries to go for the dunk, if you will, but unable to do so as Slusher was there.
Yeah, and I really think Grooms felt kind of forced into that. It was a really tight pass. You know, normally she will get a kill on that because of her size, but she had a block, a double block, in fact, right there waiting, you know, by virtue of scout film, kind of understanding what Grooms is going to do.
Good dig by Codling. Cluxton sends it too far, so the point goes to St. Joe. Seton is in set point right now, 24-16. And Bell Grooms to the serving line. Grooms. Bump set. Off the touch and down. Natty Slusher gets the point, and Seton gets the win in set number 2. They lead it 2-0. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with set number 3 right after this. Stay there. More championship volleyball still to come on the NFHS Network.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
Seton Saints lead St. Joseph 2-0, 26-24 in set number 1, 25-16 in set number 2. And the Saints are already on the floor getting ready for set number 3. Here come the Jags as well. But you've identified at least one problem spot that the Jags have yet to address.
Yeah, again, on scout film, you will see that while the Jags play perimeter, their right back base defense reads deep but then stays deep. And I think it's been 4, maybe 5 tips that Seton has scored, and scored easily. Like, it hasn't even been close. And so there's got to be either an issue with adjusting the block, or, hey, stay up a little bit and then let's cover the deep corner with our middle back. But, yeah, it's been a problem area for the Jags.
Seton will serve to start set number 3. Grooms keeps it close over to Kolkar. Overpass, and here come the Jags on the offensive again. Kolkar again into the block and out of bounds. And that'll be a point for St. Joe's.
In that last set, Seton was functioning at such a high level. They were siding out at 76%. And when you are doing that, that means you're in system and that the serving pressure isn't enough from St. Joe's.
Off the touch. Sullivan comes dive again to keep it alive. Groom with the free ball. Here comes Seton on the attack. Back set, dug nicely by Grooms, but unable to follow it up is Marrero. When I say dug nicely, Grooms just was able to get an arm on it. That ball was hammered.
Yeah, Slusher just showing some of her strength. Take a look here at the replay again. An inside ball, kind of an eye set below the height of the antenna. The goal is to split the block, and that's exactly what it did.
Kolkar, Grooms in the middle. Kept alive, nicely done, near side. Net violation called. On the Jags.
Now take a look here. And tight set, looks like maybe 18. Katie Viets got her palm or forearm there.
There's a serve into the net, so it's 2-2, and St. Joe gets it back. We've talked a lot about Daisy Cluxton and her what her role has been. Her line on yesterday was 4 kills. Sorry, it was 8 kills, 4 errors, and 19 attacks. So far, her line today: 8 kills, 4 errors on 17 attacks. So they're getting from her exactly what they expect to get from her. Outside, Smith tried to push it across.
I don't know if he's going to call a lift or a 4. It would have been either, but yeah, she kind of threw that ball. But yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier about offensive balance as we look at that replay. But both teams, you know, have kids with 5, 6, 8, 8, 4, 3 kills. And that's a mark of a great team. You know, one person cannot win a state championship.
Lift called on Seton on that play. The ball came off the tape and rolled onto one of the players' backs. They did continue to keep it playing, but they did so with an illegal lift. So the ball comes back to the Jags, tied at 3. Molly Sullivan. Sullivan serves middle back. Set to the outside. That's down in front. The swing off the arm of Callie Combs. Combs, 8 kills, 4 errors, 17 attacks. 30 attacks, excuse me.
And in that second set, Seton hit 286, which is fantastic, to 094 for St. Joe's. Part of that block, part of the defense of the libero for Seton.
Jags get a free ball across. Quick one at the net, off the touch. Kolkar can't dig it. And the point goes to Seton. Feels like, I don't know a better way to describe it, it feels like Seton's been on their toes and the Jags have been on their heels for a good portion of this match.
Yeah, and again, they're getting good touches, but they aren't always able to get a dig that's a couple feet off the floor really back up and playable. It's been difficult for the defense of St. Joe's.
Yeah, and that's not an indictment at all on the Jags. It's just maybe a referendum on how good Seton is playing today, as that's a swing and a miss by Kane at the middle of the net.
I mean, Seton, they've been at the top of the rankings pretty much the entire season.
Grooms to the outside. Smith off the block and down. That's a point for the Jags.
And they've played an incredibly tough schedule. As we know, they're in the Girls Greater Catholic League. And they've lost to Cincinnati Ursuline Academy and Cincinnati St. Ursula Academy. And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Outside. Into the block. Second ball, hammered down. That's Kristen Kemper.
Yeah, right now everything, Seton is firing on all cylinders here. And it was a nice block by Keene, but as she sent it over, it was high enough that Seton just went ahead and aggressively jumped up and attacked the ball.
Callie Combs serves Sullivan middle back, Grooms to the outside. Chloe Smith, big swing, point for Smith off the arms of Callie Combs. Smith goes to the bench. Coming on is Milani Marrero to do the serving honors for the Jags. They trail by 2, 7-5. Marrero delivers the serve, middle back. Quick, into the block and down. I believe that's number 3 again, Charlie Metal. It is indeed. Metal's having herself a match.
And Kemper there, the setter for Seton, she went up looking like she was going to set the quick in front of her. She spins to keep herself out of the tape, sets the C behind her. Just two really, really talented setters, two really, really talented teams. But Seton is really just making it look not easy, but beautiful, I would say. Beautiful volleyball.
Oh, what a great effort. That one came outside the antenna, but what an effort by Seton. And a tremendous play by Grooms as well. And she dinked it right over on the tape and made it difficult.
Now take a look at this. There's that back. You've got a great effort. That one, and again, almost goes over. What a great effort by both of these teams. Maybe some bruises on backs, shoulders, arms, knees, not just the typical places.
8-6, Seton with the advantage. Back row swing. Splits the defenders, and that's a point for the Saints.
Yeah, and the back row attack it's becoming more and more common because it is hard to block. The timing is different. It's got to travel over the net and another, 10 feet before a blocker is going to touch it. So it's becoming a much more useful tool.
9-6, Seton with the lead. And that serve goes right into the net. Reagan Miller with a miss hit. Now 9-7.
I love it when players look at their hand after a serve like that. Like, how could you betray me?
That's right. Certainly it was nothing mental. I didn't get distracted. It's my hand. Trying to keep it alive, can't do it. Great effort though by Seton. That's one thing, man. They are everywhere. That serve though by Belle Grooms too strong.
I think in our earlier match, the Division II match, we saw sliding off the wood floor into the concrete surface. Like this is it, right? This is the last weekend of the season. Teams here are sacrificing their bodies, and
Codling sends it across, just tried to keep it alive. Now middle, and that's a great swing by Viets. And St. Joe has come all the way back. We're tied at 9.
Yeah, I like that because Viets really went thumb down here. She went inside the middle blocker instead of trying to get to zone 1. It was a different look. The middle back for Seton kind of had to jump and plopped on her bottom there and wasn't able to dig the ball.
This will be a free ball from Seton. Groom, quick one in the middle. Viets, dug out. Outside, down the line. They try to keep it alive, cannot do it. The ball came over to Kolkar, but it was coming at a weird angle, and she couldn't do anything but get a hand on it. She couldn't redirect it enough.
Yeah, Seton at this point is just trying to do everything they can to make Grooms take first balls. So that's why all this action is going toward right back when she's in back row, because they don't want her hands on the second ball.
Grace Jones with the serve. She gets her hands on the second ball this time, but the attack by Viets goes out of bounds, so the point goes to Seton. They lead by 2.
So you might have seen the flags of the line judges differ. This ball was in lengthwise, but it was out of bounds to the side. It doesn't mean they were confused.
Cross court. Codling keeps it in play. From the middle, down, big swing, Maddie Albright.
And the quickness of Seton's swings, something that I saw on film earlier this year, the size is not there to match up, but the speed is faster than the Jags block can put up.
Grace Jones again, received by Kolkar. Outside, Kolkar into the block, kept alive. Kolkar again into the block, kept alive. Trying to keep it close. They do. Toss across. Here comes Seton on the offensive now. Back set. And they find the spot. That is Slusher. Maddie Slusher gives her team a 4-point lead, and that brings us to a timeout on the floor. 13-9, Seton on top. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. More to come after this. You're watching Championship Volleyball on the NFHS Network.
Welcome to the OHSAA.
Every day we work too.
Take the regulations on these pages
and to apply them to real-life situations.
To serve our member schools.
And our officials.
And to run the best state tournaments in the country.
It's our mission.
To serve our member schools.
and enrich interscholastic opportunities for students.
Welcome.
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 Welcome to the OHSAA.
That was the Jags' first timeout. Both teams back on the floor following it. Seton leads 13-9. Grace Jones continues to serve for the Saints. Groom, quick one in the middle. Gentle toss across, dug up for the moment. Now an attack. Good back row play. Groom is tight, and she gets it away. Out of bounds. Kolkar wanted a touch. The officials say no. 14-9. Seton, stay with us at the conclusion of this match whenever it happens for the presentation of the runner-up and championship trophies. Kolkar, cross from well off the net. Grooms with the second ball. Kolkar off the touch. Set to the outside. That one stays in the block. They stay alive. Back set. Slusher finds the spot. That was really tough play because that ball was right at the net. Could have been there. Are they going to call?
I'm not sure. Let's take a look. It was a very, very tight set. I'm not sure if they want to call her over the center line.
It's possible.
I didn't see a net.
So Kolkar to the serving line. Seton 14, St. Joe's 10. And Kolkar serves and Aaron serves. So now it's 15-10 and Seton gets it right back. Let's take a look at the controversial play.
Yeah, so I don't, oh yeah.
She's under, yeah.
Actually, almost both of her feet are under.
Sullivan with the dig. Grooms back set. That one right into the net off the arm of McKenna Quigley.
Yeah, Quigley hasn't been able to do a whole lot, whether it's because the set's a little inside even for a lefty or a little low.
This is Cuyahoga County versus Hamilton County. Grooms to the outside. Good swing by Smith, and it's blocked into the antenna, so the point goes to the Jags. They trail by 5, 16-11. And Molly Sullivan will go to the serving line.
Yep, off of the Chloe Smith attack. The block went up into the antenna.
Quick one. Good. They can't keep it alive. Grooms did everything she could. That ball came firing at her, and she allowed it to ricochet off her body. But the third ball couldn't get across.
Again, just notice how many times Seton is directing the ball in Groom's direction. Very, very purposeful. Has resulted in not just Joe's being out of system, but kills.
That was Charlie Medal on the kill. She now has 8 kills on the day against 2 errors, 15 attacks. She's hitting 400. Really leading the team. Kirsten Kemper she's 2 for 2, so she's hitting 1,000. But for those who have multiple attacks, Medal leads her team with 400. Cluxton at 263, Combs at 143, and Slusher at 300. We all hide how we feel sometimes, but it can help to talk. Whatever you're going through, you can reach out to Ohio's 988 Lifeline, for free, confidential, cost-free support anytime. Call or text 988 or chat online at 988lifeline.org to talk to a trusted professional who really cares. Out of the timeout. Sydney Crowley, the senior defensive specialist for Seton's Saints, is at the serving line. And that's an ace right in front of Kolkar. And now Seton's lead is ballooned to 7.
Right now, St. Joe's has got to fight like mad to preserve An opportunity.
Another ace by Sydney Crowley, 2 in a row.
And serving pressure can be brought in many ways, and the short serve is certainly one of the more frustrating ways to get scored on.
Kolkar comes up with that one. Sullivan to the outside. Chloe Smith across the net. Tossed. There's Grooms. Sullivan to the back set. Chloe Smith again off the touch. Middle set. Good dig. Over the net. Quick one. And that'll get down. Big point by Charlie Mettle. Mettle has proven her mettle today.
And there he is. Kolkar having a tough time in middle back today. They've got her on a string. Moving left, right, forward, backward.
Crowley with an overpass and a hammer down by Callie Combs. Seton just continues to attack. A 4-0 scoring run for the Saints. All off the serving arm of number 2, Sydney Crowley. 4-0 scoring since the timeout. Crowley skips forward, serves it again. Smith, Grooms, tossed, out. The effort was there by Grace Kane, but she couldn't keep it between the lines. Now Seton's lead has ballooned to 11. Crowley. Good reception outside. Chloe Smith throws it across. Here come the Seton Saints on the attack. Grooms. Sullivan with the bumper behind her. Smith down in front of Sakura Codling. 22-12. And to the serving line comes Jazzy Ocasio, the 5'3" sophomore. Ocasio serves. Grace Jones with the reception. Back set. Sending it across. Chloe Smith. Grooms with the second ball. Overpass. And a net violation going to be called against Seton. Number 7, Kirsten Kemper. Kemper pleading her case to no avail.
Yeah, it does look like Seton was in the net, but then there we go.
Jazzy Ocasio serves it too long. Seton's lead goes back to 10. Callie Combs to the serving line. Her team needs just 2 points to be the state champs. An ace! That's Combs' second ace of this match. She had 3 yesterday. And now championship point. Combs. Ocasio comes up with it. Grooms outside. Chloe Smith. And that one goes out of bounds. Good effort. Good eyes by Grooms to not try to play that one. So Smith goes out. Milani Marrero comes in. Their team is down by 10. More dire is the fact that the next point for Seton wins them the championship. Marrero serves the back. Trying to battle. Tossed across. Groom outside. Kolkar off the touch. That'll find the floor. Kolkar gets the kill.
And Codling just looked disgusted because she didn't make that incredible play. High standards, I guess.
I'd say.
When you're a libero going to UCLA.
Yes. Yeah, she dove hard.
She's been
almost
all over
went into
the
the
place.
stanchion. Yeah. Good dig in the back by Crowley. Quick one in the middle. Off the block, stays alive momentarily. And that'll do it. We're going to call 4. The Grooms let it fall to the floor, and the state champions in Division I for the Ohio High School Athletic Association girls volleyball season in 2024, the Saints of Seton. They win it 26-24, 25-16, 25-15. Stay with us for the presentation of the runner-up and championship trophies and medals as a jubilant Seton Saints team celebrates following a convincing victory in the state championships.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
Lily Sanfilippo. Molly Sullivan. Ann Kolkar. Milani Marrero. Annalise Anderson. Sarah Weaver. Chloe Smith. McKenna Quigley. Juliana O'Brien. Bella Grooms. Grace Kane. And Katie Vietz. Athletic Director Aaron Cunningham. Assistant Coach Greta Burry. Freshman Head Coach Lindsay Eisenbrenner. JV Head Coach Paul Kearns. Assistant Coach Stephanie Whitney. And the head coach of the Jaguars, Jordan Kordowich. And now, OHSAA Director of Media Relations, Tim Street, will present the 2024 Division I State Runner-Up Trophy.
Coach, you played at St. Joseph Academy. You're in your first year as the head coach, and I want you to think back. And I want you to think back to this past spring. You took over a program that had won 5 consecutive district championships, had played in 4 state tournaments, and the divisions came out, and you were Division II. And you met, and you made the decision you were going to play Division I. And now here you are. For the 5th time, you're playing on the last day of the season. You won your 6th straight district championship, and you're staying at Division I. And congratulations to you. Congratulations to you and your team for accepting the challenge and writing the next chapter in the success of St. Joseph Volleyball. This is Mark Rose with the OHSAA Board of Directors. It's my honor, on behalf of our staff, to give St. Joseph Academy the 2024 Division I State Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
And now, the Ohio High School Athletic Association would like to recognize Seton High School as the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Division I Championship Team. As we introduce the individual players, will they please come forward to receive their individual state championship medals, and please remain standing on the court facing their fans. Emma Eisenagel, Sydney Crowley, Charlie Medal, Callie Combs, Taylor Thierry, Kirsten Kemper, Maddie Burns, Breeley Miller, Sakura Codling, Daisy Cluxton, Grace Jones, Natty Slusher, Penelope Reisman, Maddie Albright, Reagan Miller, McKenna Mybers, Lila Hambleton, Athletic Trainer Nicole Rezatar, JV Assistant Coach Jessica Schlomer, Varsity Assistant Coach Brianna Rosen, and the head coach of the Saints, Kelly Crowley. And now, OHSAA Executive Director Doug Ute will present the 2024 Division I State Championship Trophy.
Hey, Saints fans, we're going to give these girls a volleyball award here in a section, but I'll ask you a question. If we were given a student section award, would that go to you? Look at that student section, huh? How about that? Young ladies, you just won your 26th match today on a very demanding schedule. Impressive, you've only lost 9 sets and only won one set throughout the tournament. That's awesome. Congratulations on that. This program has a history of being here in the 90s and early 2000s, but it's been 19 years since you've been here to state tournament. And I asked Coach before the game, Coach, you want me to bring up anything special this year? And all that came out is, yeah, just give us the state championship trophy. Coach, you got your wish. These young ladies are going to take their 7th, this school's 7th state championship back to Seton. Congratulations. I'm joined by Dr. Jay Selgo, the superintendent at Archibald Schools and the president of our board of directors. And it's our pleasure on behalf of our member schools, our office, to present you young ladies with the 2024 Division I State Championship Trophy. Congratulations.
Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for your attendance at this state championship event. The student athletes, their schools, the OHSAA and staff here at the Nutter Center appreciate your support. As you exit the facility, please have safe travels back to...
At the Ohio High School Athletic Association, our student athletes are going pro at being
coachable,
a good student,
responsible,
dependable,
respectful. I'm going pro at being
a good student,
a good student, a good teammate,
responsible. I'm going pro at being
coachable,
a good student,
dependable, a good teammate,
representing my school.
I'm going pro at being
a good...
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Welcome back inside the Nutter Center, where the third of 4 championships have been decided so far today, with St. Joseph Academy falling to Seton's Saints 3-0. Seton wins it 26-24, 25-16, 25-15. Norman D. Burrell is with a couple of players of the game.
Yeah, tell me how are you guys feeling right now after that win?
Yeah, I would just say, we've spent so much time in the gym, so much effort, and we've been pushing each other every day in practice. So to know that all that work paid off and to be with all these special girls, it was really amazing.
Yeah, this has been our ultimate goal and just happy to be here.
And now you are in the back row just picking up absolutely everything. Tell me a little bit about what goes through your mind during the game.
Yeah, I just think no matter where the block is, who's around me, I just know that my job is to go dig balls, do what I have to do in serve receive, and I just know if I'm not doing my job, it's going to let down my teammates, so I think just going for every ball is what I have to do.
Now, Daisy, it was incredibly hard to pick an offensive front. You guys had such a balanced attack. Tell me a little bit about what goes into that and your setter kind of controlling the game as well.
For me, I just look for the spots that are open on the court. My setter did a great job at getting me in the right position to put the ball in the right spot, and I give a lot of props to her for that.
Yeah, well, congratulations to you both, and back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Winning Norman D. Burrell, and that'll do it for us. We appreciate you joining us. Seton, the state champs in OHSAA Division I volleyball. One more to go, and you can join it right here on the NFHS Network. For Michelle, Mimna, my name's Chris Solwecki. Thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, be safe, everybody.